Hey guys, Metal Jesus here, and I'm back with some gameplay footage of me playing Beach Buggy Racing 2. This is running on the Xbox Series X, and it should be running in 4K. And basically, this is a kart racing game like so many others out there, but this is a very popular series. I actually had no idea how popular this was until I started looking into its history. Now, I'd actually played the previous ones, and so I was somewhat familiar with it, but I didn't realize just how popular the series is. The developer is claiming that they have over 70 million players in the Beach Buggy Racing franchise. I was like, holy crap. Now, the reason for that is because maybe you've played this game as well on mobile. So it's very popular on mobile. You know, we're talking Android, we're talking iOS. You know, it's typically a free to play. And so in this version here, there isn't any free to play stuff. That's actually how I prefer to do it. And so, yeah. And by the way, full disclosure, this was given to me as a review code by Vector Unit. I actually met those guys at, I believe it was PAX a couple years ago, and I just couldn't stop gushing about one of their previous titles, which is Hydro Thunder Hurricane. So when I saw their booth at PAX, I was like, oh my God, you guys make Hydro Thunder Hurricane. And they're like, yeah. And they've moved on to mobile, and they do these kind of games right here. And to be fair, regardless of what you think about mobile games, the lineage of that classic series is in here, because I can feel it when I'm playing this game, is that the controls and kind of the physics of it feel very similar to, Hydro Thunder Hurricane. And so it's for that reason alone, I think, that if you're interested in racing games, especially, arcade racing games, you might want to give a game like this a chance. Now, that said, what's going on here? Well, as you can see, it is very much a kart racing game, and there are just a ton of these. And I would say that this is probably one of the better made ones for sure. I mean, there's a lot of them out there. There's tons of choice for people to play, but this has all of the elements that you would probably want, including a bunch of different vehicles that you can unlock, you can customize, as well as characters. Plus there are the power-ups. There's even the boost off of the line if you happen to hit that just right. There's also a multiplayer aspect of this, although I haven't tried it. I'm just playing through the single player campaign, as you can see, as we look at the adventure map right here. And plus, of course, you've got all the power-ups that you would expect from a kart racing game. And, for the most part, they are really fun and varied. But what do I think about the game? Well, it's interesting with these kart racing games because I feel like there are a ton of them. And so it's hard for me to kind of get excited about them. It's just because, again, there are so many of them that you can play, and this is a good one, but also, too, I don't feel like it does anything that's super, creative or super interesting. It's not necessarily something that I absolutely have to play. Again, the thing that really sets it out, and maybe you can pick up on it on my gameplay here, is that it does feel very similar to Hydro Thunder Hurricane. It's got the same kind of physics where it's a little bit floaty, and sometimes it's almost a little bit too floaty, but it feels like you're kind of, I guess probably because you're racing on sand, right? You're on the beach, and so therefore the tracks would feel a little watery, a little slippery in that game. This game definitely has that. But other than that, I don't know if there's anything that would be like, oh my God, you have to necessarily play this game. And that's kind of a tough one, because I think if you are looking for a free-to-play game, then by all means, why not, right? Again, you can play this for as little or as much as you want for free. But then again, if you love these kind of games, maybe you should get it on the consoles, because then you don't have to worry about that sort of stuff. It doesn't necessarily make the game any better or any worse. It just is. And so I guess I would like to see some developers, instead of trying to kind of take the whole Mario Kart, idea and aesthetics, which has been done a lot, right? And even Mario Kart, to a certain degree, is very similar. It really hasn't evolved too much. I guess probably what I would look for maybe is just more interesting or exciting tracks. And now I know this game, you know, eventually opens up where you fly a little bit, again, kind of like Mario Kart, where you'll kind of glide a little bit. Maybe there's something to be done in the level design where instead of going in a circle, maybe you do something where it's more like, you know, Need for Speed or something like that, where it's open world, or maybe the tracks are really long and not necessarily something that you can kind of get bored of really quick. I don't know. I don't know if I'm being too critical of this or not. Like I said, it's just something where I feel like, man, there's a lot of games like this, and this is a good one, but does it really stand out? I don't know. You know, especially when I go back and I do play Hydro Thunder Hurricane, which has tracks that are still really interesting because they change every lap. I guess that's kind of what I would like to see happen. So, I don't know. Again, I feel like I'm nitpicking here. You know what? If you like kart racing games, want to give it a shot, you've got a smartphone, which of course you do, you might as well go ahead and download it and give it a shot. If you like it a lot, you might want to check out the console versions, because again, that's where all the free-to-play stuff just melts away and you can just enjoy the game, you know, without having to actually do as much of the grinding. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll let you watch me play a couple more of these races.